Today we'll be unboxing the heroic winged warrior on Rip It Open with Newman. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Newman, and today we'll be unboxing Stratos from Mattel's Masters of the Universe cartoon collection line. Created in 1982, Stratos is the Lord of Avion and one of the heroic warriors of Eternia. Stratos and his people can fly, courtesy of the Egg of Avion and the jetpacks they wear on their back. In addition, Stratos is also responsible for the powerful relic, the Staff of Avion. Alright folks, we're going to continue our cartoon collection run, this time with Stratos. Gotta be honest, Stratos, not really one of my favorite characters. He's kind of in the same realm as Zodak, as I find him visually uninteresting. Will I have the same opinion after this unboxing and review? Maybe, maybe not. But let's start with the packaging first. Let's take a look at the front. It's your typical cartoon collection packaging with your Filmation Grayskull and He-Man and the Masters of the Universe logo. And as we turn to the back, we can see some great original artwork of Stratos in action, as well as the other figures that are in this current wave. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and get this package opened up. We've got your typical card back packaging, nothing too difficult to open up. Here we've got the mini comic. There's some pretty good artwork on the front. And on the back of the mini comic, we've got the same artwork that was from the back of the packaging. Moving on, we have the instructions for the figure. It indicates all the modular pieces, all the pieces you can take off and swap with other characters. Opening him up, we do have some plastic ties to contend with. Luckily, I have my trusty X-Acto knife to get him out of it. And we're going to just put that in there for safekeeping. And let's go ahead and get Stratos out of here. Now, the only accessory that he comes with is actually going to be the Staff of Avion. It's a single color. No paint work is done on it. It's just molded in plastic. It's nice. It looks good. It's a good mold. We'll actually be taking a closer look at that staff and Stratos himself once we change positions. And here we go. Here's Stratos. Now, oddly enough, I really like the look of this figure. I know that I said that Stratos is really not my favorite character. I don't really like the classic Stratos sculpt with those ape arms. They're reused as a Beastman, I believe. And the fact that he has no boots on, I think it's possibly having the red boots. And the fact that they match the wings, it sort of breaks up the monotony of the figure. We'll go over that in greater detail later. Let's go over the articulation first. So the head goes all the way around. There's a nice tilt to it. Goes up and down. Arms go up to about there. There is a single joint in the elbow. Goes out to about there. Single joint here as well. Goes out to about there. All the joints are really tight so far. Checking on the wrists, they go all the way around. That's good. There's a tilt to the wrist as well. The left hand is good too. The waist goes all the way around. Legs go out to about there. Can't really do the splits, but none of these Origins figures can. There's a boot cut right here, and a single joint at the knee. Let's check the other knee. Also a single joint. All the joints are really tight, so no issues there. Fantastic. So far, it looks like only the Man-at-Arms figure had loose joints. And we got an ankle tilt that is also very good. We can get him into some nice flying poses. Really looking forward to that. All in all, it's a really solid figure. I've been on record as saying I really do prefer the cartoon collection figures to the Origins figures. I know that's sacrilege, but this Stratos is just leagues above the Origins figure. It truly is. Let's go ahead and check out all the modular pieces. So let's take off the head. Alright, let's go ahead and take off the arm, alright. And we're going to take off the other arm too. Normally I would put these back together, but we're just going to completely disassemble Stratos. Let's go ahead and, yeah, alright, so we take off his jetpack like that. There are no latching straps on this. It's all one single piece of plastic. So the only way to get it off is to completely disassemble him. Taking off the waist. Let's go ahead and take off the boots and the other boot. Normally, I wouldn't completely disassemble a figure like this. I'm always a little paranoid that I'm not going to be able to get it put back together correctly, or that the joints are going to be a little more loose. But this is Stratos. Stratos is the figure that you set on fire or put in the microwave. He's Mr. Expendable. So yeah, so we can take off his wings by taking off his hands. And now we're going to put Stratos right back together. Poppity poppy. This is all very satisfying, getting all of these pieces back in, hearing the clicks. Some people watch slime videos. I prefer putting figures back together. And we've almost got Stratos back together. We're going to put on his little feetsies. Number 1 and number 2. So he disassembles and reassembles very easily. Alright, so now that we got Stratos back together, we're going to go ahead and put him in some poses. Let's go ahead and put him in a flying pose. So his head lifts up very well. We can get his legs back just a little bit, get his toes pointed. I think we're going to go ahead and do the, the knee up for the flying pose. I've always liked that position. And here we go. Alright. Alright, that's looking good. Alright, let's go ahead and test out the Staff of Avion. See how well it fits with Stratos. It's a pretty sturdy plastic, nothing too bendy. It's rigid, but it gives, so that's good. There's also a little engraving of a skull with some horns on it. So the staff fits very well, and it's not too loose. It's just the right fit, so that's great. I haven't had any issues with the accessories fitting in the hands of these cartoon collection figures, so that's good. We're on a good streak. Nothing's too loosey-goosey on any of these figures. Let's go ahead and get him in a two-handed position, because I do love me a two-handed position. And there we go. Very good. I'm glad that he has two gripping hands, specifically for this staff. None of that open hand stuff like the Origins figure. What kind of nonsense is that? And zero accessories too. So this is excellent. Like, I mean, already that puts it above the Origins figure with not even doing a comparison. It's a shame he doesn't come with more accessories. I don't know what else he would have. I guess maybe something akin to the Masterverse, like some sort of breathing apparatus, or something. I don't know. But I guess they're trying to stick with the cartoon, and I honestly have no idea what other things are specific to Stratos in the cartoon. Now, doing the stand-up test, he balances very well. Beautiful. Had to do very little manipulation, so that's excellent. Now, let's go ahead and get our Origin Stratos out here and do a little comparison. So, yeah, look at these figures. It's not even close. The cartoon collection figure is dog walking the Origins figure, and by extension, the original 1980s figure. I mean, just, yeah. Man, I just do not like that original Stratos figure, and I think a good portion of it is because of the lack of boots. I think it's the Superman principle. I don't think the new 52 suit really works for Superman, and again, I'm gonna get some hate in the comments, but I don't think the Snyderverse suit works either, because it doesn't have anything to break it up. You kind of need the trunks in order to break up the monotony of all of that blue. The cape, it just doesn't work. So those red boots are really helping this figure out. And the fact that the wings are the same color as the boots gives a nice bit of symmetry to the design. Also, I'm just not a big fan of that furry chest. Or, frankly, that head sculpt. At all. But I'm a completist, so that's why I have the figure. Turning it to the side, you can kind of make out the blue wings, just so that you can see that it's a different color from the cartoon collection wings. But enough of you Origin Stratos. I'm here for the main event. So I gotta say, congratulations to the cartoon collection for making a figure that I only bought out of a completionist mentality into a figure that I actually quite like. I still don't think it's the best figure. I don't think Stratos will ever be the best figure. I do wonder what a Mondo Stratos will look like. I think that might be really cool looking. But I think this figure is just fine. I think it's good. I certainly do not hate it. Okay, final thoughts. Cartoon Collection Stratos. The figure that a lot of people are going to buy because you have to. Because he's one of the first figures in the original Motu line. In the Origins line. So most people are going to buy this figure because they feel that they have to fill out their roster. And I'm no different. I have two Stratos Origins figures, for God's sakes. Not just the gray one, but the flesh tone one as well. Which is infinitely worse than the gray one. Luckily, I'm happy to say that this is a definitely okay figure. you won't feel bad about buying it. I mean, I'm sure there are some people who will still not really care for the figure just based on the design elements alone. I mean, you know, it's still Stratos. He just has boots and a less furry chest and different color wings. But I mean, it's really those small differences that make this figure look so much better. And I will go on record as saying that the Masterverse New Eternia Stratos is a darn good looking figure, so you can make Stratos look good. It's not impossible. You know, what's that saying? You're not ugly, you're just broke. You know, just a little bit of makeup, a little bit of collagen, a nip and tuck here and there, maybe a red boot, maybe 2 red boots, and you've got a good looking Stratos. Add to the fact that all of the paintwork on this is good, there's no paint slop, the sculpting is good, the accessory is nice, and you can get him into some really cool poses and flight positions. The fact that he has 2 gripping hands, that's fantastic. And none of that 2 open hand nonsense, where you don't even have the option of giving him a sword or a shield or anything of that nature. Well, you know, you give him a shield, but that just makes him completely defense. And that's no fun. In the end, I guess what I'm trying to say is, this is a really okay figure. Go get it. I mean, yeah, sure, it's worth the money. Why not? Or don't get it. You know, it's Stratos. Who really cares about Stratos? No, but seriously, Mattel, you did good. You made me like a Stratos figure. Good job. Good job. You definitely earn a gold star for pulling that hat trick. So, okay, folks, that's pretty much going to wrap everything up. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Ring the bell for notifications, and I will check you later.